In the annals of American history, there exists a haunting and chilling figure whose name sends shivers down people's spine. Albert Fish, born on May 19, 1870 in Washington, D.C., Fish's early life was marked by unimaginable hardships and tragedies, which seemingly paved the way for his descent into infamy. Growing up as the youngest of 3 children, Fish's childhood was marred by a series of unfortunate events. His father's death when he was just 5 left the family in dire straits, and his mother struggled to provide for the children. The young Fish was exposed to a life of hardship and squalor, which undoubtedly played a significant role in shaping the dark and twisted path he would eventually tread. Throughout his life, Fish's predilection for darkness remained well hidden beneath the surface of normalcy. A seemingly unremarkable man, he had the uncanny ability to blend into society, leaving no suspicion of the true horrors that lay within him. However, as he grew older, his sinister tendencies began to emerge, and the world would soon discover the terror that lurked behind his facade. Fish's sinister proclivities manifested in his unnatural attraction to innocent children. Armed with cunning and deception, he used false promises and guile to lure his young victims. His manipulation preyed upon their innocence and trust, leading them down a path from which there was no return. One of the most heart-wrenching and horrifying crimes attributed to Fish involved 10-year-old Grace Budd. Pretending to be a friendly acquaintance, Fish craftily gained the trust of Grace's family, who unwittingly allowed him to take her to what was supposed to be a birthday celebration. Unbeknownst to them, their precious daughter was about to become ensnared in a nightmarish ordeal that would forever scar the family and send shockwaves across the nation. In the dark and decaying confines of an abandoned house, Grace faced an unimaginable ordeal at the hands of this heartless predator. The innocent echoes of her cries pierced the silence, but the world turned a deaf ear to her suffering. Her young life, full of hope and dreams, was callously snuffed out by a man devoid of empathy or compassion. But the depths of Fish's malevolence did not end with Grace. Consumed by a monstrous hunger, he committed the most unimaginable act of cannibalism, satisfying his gruesome desires by feasting upon the remains of his victim. The very thought of such horror is enough to send shudders through even the most hardened soul. Fish's insatiable hunger for sadistic pleasure extended beyond the confines of his vile acts. He took perverse pleasure in tormenting the families of his victims, sending them chilling letters that described the agonizing fate that had befallen their loved ones. His cruel taunts showcased a level of depravity that was beyond comprehension. In 1934, the law finally caught up with Albert Fish when he was arrested for the kidnapping and murder of Grace Budd. During his trial, the full extent of his atrocities came to light, shocking the nation and leaving the public in disbelief that such darkness could exist within a human soul. Fish's defense lawyer attempted to use an insanity plea, pointing to his history of mental illness, but it was ultimately unsuccessful. The jury found him guilty and sentenced him to death in the electric chair. On January 16, 1936, Albert Fish faced the ultimate retribution for his monstrous crimes. As the electric chair claimed his sinister form, society breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that he could never again harm the innocent. But the haunting legacy of Albert Fish remains a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within the human psyche. His tale serves as a cautionary lesson, urging us to remain vigilant against evil and to protect the vulnerable from those who would prey upon them. It will forever stand as a grim reminder that, in the shadows of humanity, true horrors can lie in wait, ready to strike the unsuspecting. May the memory of Albert Fish serve as a perpetual warning against the depths of human depravity and the necessity of safeguarding our society from the monsters that may walk among us.